Well, folks, let's see if this works. Now I'm waiting for this phone to shut off or videoing. I literally had to load the pictures into my phone. For some damn apparent reason, these pictures got deleted, but were in Google Photos. I don't know, maybe I deleted them, I don't know. But I don't know, I'm gonna figure out if last night leaving the Annabelle movie left my phone to do some funky things. So if this video does not cut off, like say so this disappears and it just completely shuts off, as it did 6 friggin' times last night. Well, I think something, can't even say that because something was in the yard the other night and then last night. But you never know. You know, making these movies with these scary demonic toys. Yeah, that's right. And evil spirits. Now, and this is the Annabelle movie review. For any classic horror fan like me, I am always looking for a great horror flick. And this one, I will give a huge double thumbs up. It had, there have been a lot of horror movies out lately, and not a lot of them have been able to, pleasure the urge of spookiness. That's right. Love my horror. I love it to death. Yeah. And when there's bad horror flicks, man, you know, it's like, why'd you even make that movie? It's like, really? Come on. But anyways, this one is worth the view. If you're into horror classic movies like me, especially, I think it's got to do with the fact that it was a true story. The Warrens, 2 very well-known investigators. I would like to dedicate this to the wife. She had passed away this year. And I would like to dedicate it also to her late great husband. I would have loved to have met these people too, to see if they... But all the good ones, of course, the selfishness from up above takes all the good ones away. I don't even know if I would have been able to meet these people, or even if they ran the Connecticut Museum. But I would have loved to met them to see who the hell is around me at all times. I'm sure I'll get to meet a psychic one day. It's just finding the right person, of course, the right time and moment. But she would have been a great person to identify what is around me. Because I know I've had ghosts around me since I was at the age of 4, so... yeah. Anyways, let's take a moment of silence to honor these 2 great psychics. Because I'm very sure they had some very, hell-raising situations. Especially when they found this doll. Now everybody that, if you don't know the Annabelle doll, it is not this doll, of course. It is actually a Raggedy Ann doll. And I'll tell you something. When I was a kid, I happened to stumble upon Raggedy Ann and Andy. And, let me get a picture up of this. Because I'll tell you, so I think I even had both of them dolls. Raggedy And if I'm spelling this right, and Andy. Dolls, yes. And there she is. Let's go to images. Oh, them dolls are expensive now. But yes, the original Annabelle doll is this one right here. Now, of course, that's not the original, but that is what she is. And for whatever reason, an evil spirit attached to this doll is beyond me. But as you can plainly see, oops, what did I do that for? Hey, just looks very classical. You know, this is a classic doll. I believe the first one originated, these two dolls, I want to say in the 1930s. Yeah, mid-1930s when these two dolls fully started to exist. And somewhere, of course, throughout the time. And there's a lot of stuff back in them days that, of course, you couldn't even have the faintest idea of why evil or possession even took place. And if you were in that, trying to battle it, I'll tell you, there was a lot of maybe loss to a lot of innocent lives. But anyways, just showing you that. Here I got another. I was not able to get a lot of pictures in this film due to the fact that it is very dark. And they did this film, I tell you, to a T. The darkness is what makes this damn movie. And I am, you know, considering you have movies like, say so, just like Halloween, the original. Very awesome movie. Not a lot of blood. On a cut budget. And that's exactly what they did with this movie. They kept it, you know, they kept it just haunting. They kept it original. And they took well, there was a bunch of items, but I would say they took 3 of them that were the most probably possessed in the Warren Museum. One being Annabelle. In the movie, there's another one, a wedding dress, which you'll see in the movie. And this one, a TV, which I will not tell nobody what this TV does, but I am for damn sure that whatever this TV did when it existed, not in the hands of the Warrens, oh man, you want to talk about supernatural stuff and demonic spirits in something like the Twilight Zone. I'm about to wonder if I can't say that. I want to, yeah, there's this TV here. I believe it's like a the one in the movie here has got to be from, I want to say 19, I want to say about 1930s, early 1940s. TVs didn't start coming out until the late 1920s or early 30s, so. But supernatural stuff goes through these TVs, boy. And this one was like out of the Twilight Zone, I tell you. But you gotta get in there and you gotta see this movie for yourself to experience it. Like I say. And I'll reveal one thing. It's already in the movie. Well, yeah, because I read something that they said it had something to do with this movie. Now, in the beginning, you see, you know, the story behind it. And I want to say that the only thing I can say about it is that I think it's got to do with a real evil entity. That's all I'm going to say. I think that movie, it has something to do with, right, dark forces. And it's real. Oh, and there's something else that I gotta go on that came into this movie. And I looked this up. Something came up off of Only in Your State. And no. Either the lineup or the graveyard shift. I believe it was the graveyard shift. Came up with this. And I'll tell you something. The Warrens investigated this goddamn story. And it's got something to do, I'll tell you right now, that I think, in my eyes, just like every other legend of werewolves, I think it's more or less got something to do with skinwalkers and skinwalkers teleporting. Because I'll tell you something. The Indians weren't screwing around Navajos when they made that skinwalker. And like I've been finding out in my research, that these skinwalkers travel. And of course, through teleporting. And where you ever find a skinwalker or a Bigfoot or anything you find in that nature, you always find a Native American dwelling. And most of the time, right, UFO or alien also. Like I keep saying in my videos, the magnitude or whatever that's electronically or electrically coming off the spaceships underground or whatnot, which I think is underground tunneling that they have, is what charges the spirits, just like lightning. They say the best time, I read, someone came up with either the lineup or the graveyard shift, that right, thunder and lightning, or if you go out ghost hunting under a lightning storm, that bolt, that's why the book Frankenstein was written. I'm for damn sure that the man who written Frankenstein might have seen someone dead get struck by lightning and come right to life. No BS. I'm telling you right now, between the physics of lightning and the bolt voltage in the spirit world, in the Warrens, and a lot of the stuff that they investigated, oh man, they were way ahead of their time, is right. And I'm telling you, that werewolf in England it's from, and they have it in the story, I'll be going over it. I think it's got to all do with skinwalkers and the Native Americans. So I mean, this movie, I'll tell you right now, you need to go see it. It's a damn, I recommend it. I give it an A++. Very dark, very demented, and like I said, the whole film is just like this. This is a part where, you know, the girl is in a room, her lamp gets knocked over, and this image comes up. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. But you gotta watch the movie to find out what or who it is. That's right. Badass movie. I'll tell you, man, when I was sitting in this theater, I thought it was gonna be a bad movie night, because I'll tell you, there was like 12 kids that all looked like punks. I thought they were gonna be in there, you know, causing ruckus, say so, throwing popcorn, or maybe even screaming out, you know, "Ah!" trying to scare people, but they were alright, they were cool. But this movie, man, I mean, I don't know if people jumped in their seat and didn't want to be revealed. There was a lot of silence. I think people just jumped in their seats. Me, I started laughing. There was one part that came up, oh man, I was laughing out loud. When I go to horror movies, I laugh my ass off. I think it's funny as hell. People over here screaming like little bitches. Oh man, then you got people in the audience. You know, there was one movie I went to, it was Halloween. Halloween with the original director, John Carpenter. I did a review on that. That was a double thumbs up, A++. And I guess they got maybe 2 more coming. Oh man, I can't wait. Because with John Carpenter being in the whole franchise of Halloween, and the way I mean, don't get me wrong, I like the 20th anniversary one. I like Resurrection. You know, it was pretty cool in ways. And you know, I mean, it did have its dumb faults. It did have like the same concept as other ones, but oh man, this was just like Halloween, man, and it was just down to earth. And to hear not one, I think people were just that scared that they didn't want to let nobody know. That's the tension you feel in this movie. So, with all due respect, I can't reveal no more. Get out there and, I don't know, I think it might be the last night that it was in my town, but if it's still in the theaters, or if you have missed it and you're gonna get it on DVD, I guarantee you, you will not waste your money. Get the movie. Annabelle. Awesome. Down to earth, just got that great terrifying feeling. Me, I love it. I got so deep in that movie, everything around me goes away. I just love these movies. I love the tension, like when you're going through a room and you're waiting for something, but they did this to where you wouldn't know what was gonna be there. I mean, you could feel it, you get the little bit of music, but there was parts in here you thought something was gonna blah, and it didn't. And it did it. Oh man, that's the greatness of this movie. You think something was gonna happen, but it didn't. It came right out just like it, just like you think, oh, it's safe. There ain't nothing gonna happen. Then blah, then all of a sudden that was it. That's what this movie does. That's what it does to you. Get yourself out, watch Annabelle, buy the movie. I know I'll be buying it when it comes on DVD. I recommend it. It's finally, I think movies these days, between doing remakes, and I think, a lot of these true stories got to come out more. And because people's imaginations in Hollywood, they're losing it, I think. I mean, you got to base your stuff on real stuff to get the audacity of it, but till that next video, be safe, take care, and beware. You don't know where Annabelle will be. She's waiting in a museum in Connecticut if you want to check her out. I know I'm going to go see her. Yeah, Annabelle, I'm coming for you. And look at this. My video didn't stop. So whatever happened last night, 6 times, video corrupt. I had to repair a bunch of videos, I had to keep recording. It hasn't stopped. Unbelievable. So whatever was out in the backyard or here a couple nights, and obviously coming home from this movie. You better start believing with me. Out.